Number one, Christmas away or Christmas at home?
I think I know what yours is.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's always Christmas here. My whole family, both sides, my wife and my wife's side, both my wife's mom and dad's side, and my mom and dad's side are both all here, except for a couple uncles and aunts on each one of the sides. Pretty much, other than that, everybody's here. So most certainly here. I think on Christmas Day, I'm pretty sure I've got 4 stops to make, and then one on Christmas Eve, and then we're doing one on Sunday this coming Sunday. So got like 6 different things.
Yeah. I mean, believe it or not, I like it here. I am going to Florida this year, but that's my parents live down there, and we usually flip flop every other year. They come here, we go there. So yeah, it'll be fun road tripping with Dalton, and then Melissa and the boys are flying, and we'll be down there for a week. And yeah, it'll be interesting. We did the last time we were down there was 2 years ago, when the boys were a little bit younger. So that was a fun. I mean, it was fun. We had a good time. And then maybe it was 3 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago was the divorce. 3 years ago was when we were down there last. But no, I mean, I like it. I like it here. Used to, up until kids and all that, like I would have a bunch of different parties to run around with. Just like more friends. I would stop by family for a little bit, but always end up back at a friend's house where I would be
Santa.
Yeah. And so I would always start the night at my buddy's place, and playing Santa. They would have all these kids come over and all this stuff, and they would buy a bunch of little toys and stuff to hand out, and sit on Santa's lap and all that stuff. And it was just fun. Like, it was fun to do. And then I would go from there dressed as Santa to my family's, who has a bunch of little kids. And then they're like, "Oh, that's just Uncle Pat, or that's just Cousin Pat. That's just Pat." That's just, I'm like, "Oh, fuck, all right."
They know you.
Yeah, yeah, they know they know who I am. So that stopped. But yeah, I mean, it was just fun to run around Christmas Eve, and then Christmas Day was always just kind of chill. But yeah, this year I don't even know what the hell's planned. I'm just gonna kind of go with the flow. Um, Parades or something. But
Yeah.
I'm in Florida.
When are you going down there?
I leave Saturday,
Okay.
and then come back following Friday.
Okay.
Yeah. So great thing about driving is if I need to leave, I can always leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be easier traveling with the boys now that they're a little bit older.
Yeah, and I mean, we never like they've always been pretty good with flying. They love getting on the plane. Like, that was like early. We started flying with them from a real young age, and they really enjoyed it. And they're always like, "Dad, when are we going to go back on the plane? When are we going to go back on the plane?" We were going to fly down in August, but the airline canceled our flight, and then it weren't rescheduled until the next day. So it just be easier to drive. But they were upset at first, and like, road trip, sure. So just give them their iPad. I know,
Yeah.
shame on me for
dude,
giving my kids an iPad, but fuck that. You
on
try
a flight, dude. On
Yeah.
a flight, on a long drive.
Yeah.
That's a different story. man.
Exactly.
Like, dude, when I was a kid, like we would drive to Florida minimum once a year, but like sometimes 2 or 3 times. And well, I mean, my parents would set that whole back seat up for us. Like, it was like
Right.
they had the TV with the VHS like in it,
Oh, yeah.
and so like we had one of those, and we'd bring like just a stack
Stack
of
of-
VHS, and then we figured out a way to get the N64 hooked up to it.
Okay.
And like, so dude, we were doing the same shit that
Yeah.
they're doing, just
Right.
they have a one that they hold in their hand that
Right.
doesn't require so much bullshit.
Right.
It's the same fucking thing. They're
Exactly.
gonna watch movies, they're gonna
Yep.
play games.
Yep.
And
It
that's
was,
like
yeah. And
that's what
it's-
I would be doing.
Right.
I mean, if I'm sitting there, if I'm not talking to someone and I'm
Right.
not scrolling social media, I'd be
Right.
watching a movie or
Right.
doing something. So it's like that's a different story
Yeah.
than like the people that get on you about giving your kid an
right.
iPad or whatever. Like, and there's a time and a place for everything like
Right.
that, I think.
Yeah. Well, no, they're great with it. We preload all their favorite shows from Disney and Amazon and all
Mhm.
that
And
stuff,
download them so that they
download
don't
it
need
so
it.
they're there. And yeah, they'll play those, and like that. The way we do it, like I said, last time we went, I was supposed to fly with the boys, but flight got canceled, so we drove. But like this time, like Dalton and I are gonna drive down Saturday. Melissa leaves on Sunday, and I mean the flight is like an hour and a half, if that, directly in there. So we'll be able to pick them up from the airport and all that. So it'll be fun. Yeah.
Good.
Yep.